Hello everyone, Dr. Shado here, just going to do a simple vlog this week, or vlog, or whatever you want to call it. I've been doing simple things for many weeks now, of course. Hey Tara, thank you for upstaging me again. I'm doing the vlog. You want to be on camera? Come on. Get out of the closet. Yeah, I know. I'm filming. Come on, Tara girl. Yeah, she's doing fine. There you are. Anyway, I've been still working on the documentary, and sadly, it's not close to completion quite yet. I wanted it to be done. I was aiming for it sometime mid-February, and we're obviously past mid-February, and hearing that it's not close to done probably isn't making anyone feel too great. Tara, stop numbing my hand. Don't, Tara. I fed you. You should be fine. Please. Anyway, I've been trying to get used to the new place, and I'm gonna do all sorts of stuff here and trying to find time for working on editing the documentary. And it is coming along now. It's coming along better this week than it has in the previous weeks since moving. And I like how it's looking so far, though. I know there's still a lot I'll have to do, and I'm hoping that after I get done the basic editing, I can try and get back to doing my reviews again and having my weekly show the way I had it. That's the goal I'm shooting for. But I'm still trying to do a good job with the documentary. There's other things I was working on with that long-haired creepy guy. We had a little project we were trying to get together. One thing he's been trying to get together for a while, and I was like, hey, I could do this and that and that. I was like, okay, cool. And one of the things I need to do is a lot of drawing, and I personally enjoy drawing, and I had a once functioning Bamboo Fun tablet. And for those who don't know, before the tablet PC, the tablet was just the little pad that you draw on, and the pad you draw on and the monitor where you're drawing. And I couldn't quite get over that disconnect. I had to use the pen more like a mouse, look at the monitor and draw over here, and it just felt it kind of strange. But then the thing broke on me anyway, and no, I didn't really do anything. It's just my computer stopped reading the drivers, and then it stopped functioning properly when it would sometimes come on, and I really couldn't use the damn thing, because it didn't function properly. So I've been in the market for a tablet computer for a long time, and hey, there's one that has a pen that works the same thing, and in fact, my Wacom pen would work with it just fine, the Surface Pro. And the person who owns this building that I am now living in is not too keen on allowing me to go out and spend $1,000 on a Surface Pro when I don't have proper income yet. And I'm trying to explain how I might be able to make a few more cents per day if I do get the other project going. I don't seem to think that that is a adequate amount to justify buying something for $1,000. And it's extremely frustrating to me because I've been in the market for a tablet for like 2-3 years, and I have this thing about me where I don't like just going out and buying something that will do. I see if something is just adequate, I really don't want it. I want something that will do everything I want it to 5 years from when I buy it. And when I was looking at tablets before with the iPad and the one that was just coming out when I was looking, the original Kindle Fire, I was looking at what they could do, what they could be expanded to do, and they all came up dreadfully short of what I wanted them to do. So I didn't get them. And it wasn't until the Surface was announced, along with the Surface Pro being announced at the same time, that I finally saw a fucking tablet that actually did what I wanted a tablet to do. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there. I've been looking up all sorts of news articles on the Surface Pro and what have you, and there's the people in the comments saying that, oh, I want one, and the others saying that you're a plant from Microsoft, no one buys these no one wants a tablet that's not as lightweight as possible and has 75 hours of battery life. That this is completely unacceptable for a tablet, and it fails as a laptop because you can't use it in your lap, because apparently the people who can use it in their lap don't count. But anyway, this big bickering thing back and forth, and honestly, I don't give a shit. I just want something that has those features, and it's the only tablet out there with those features that is in that quality and that price range. There are other tablets out there, Windows 8 PC tablets now, convertibles, hybrids, whatever the hell you want to call them. There's the Lenovo Yoga, there's the Sony Vaio Duo X11, what the hell is... point is, for something that has about the same power as a Surface Pro behind it, if you're not getting a Surface Pro for $1,000, you're probably getting a third-party item for about $1,500. Then, of course, the Sony Vaio Duo actually is more powerful than a Surface Pro, and you're looking at that for about $2,500. So there are third-party ones that are about the same price range as a Surface Pro, and they have worse processors and lower resolution screens, and no digitizer and stuff like that. That, generally speaking, I've done a shit ton of homework on this thing, and as you can probably tell, I really fucking want one, and they just won't let me. And I hate that because I'm damn near 30 years old and I'm being treated like a child. And unfortunately, I can't get around this area too well on my own, simply because everything is so fucking far away. I have to go 2 cities over to get to the nearest Best Buy. Actually, that's south, so yeah, 2 cities over that way. No. East. I know directions. 2 cities over that way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyway. So I have to go 2 cities over to get to the nearest Best Buy. Nearest Microsoft store, I have to go about 60 miles to head back to Houston. So that's not happening. And they're sold out like hell online, and I was trying to get... They had this one point where there was one at the Best Buy 2 cities over, and I was trying to get their help to bring me down there, and they simply flat out refused. So that's why someone else's opinions can affect my life in such a way. Creepy is not happy about it. He's in between saying, grow some balls, do it anyway, and after I explained to him about the difficulties I have of just going ahead and doing it on my own, is explain to them about the fact that this is somewhat required for our future projects. Tried that, didn't work. Every time I tried to mention something about the Surface Pro, she just kind of shut it down. And tried to turn it around to actually be a negative for most of the things. Now, there are some negatives about it, but when I mentioned, the Surface Pen has over 1,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, they said, that means when a fly lands on it, it'll turn the page. And that'll break so easily. 1,000 levels of pressure sensitivity on the Surface Pen. That's just a simple fact. You're coming up with all these crazy ideas about how it's going to explode when you hold it. And the pressure sensitivity of the pen has nothing to do with how the capacitive screen reads fingers. It's a 10-point touch. That's it. The touch and the digitizer are actually two separate components. I know this because someone upgraded their solid-state drive on a 64GB Surface Pro, and they broke their touchscreen. The capacitor was kaput. They cannot use the finger touch. But the pen still works. So they're obviously two different components. Now, I'm ranting a shit ton about the Surface Pro on this, and it's supposed to be a little update thing. But yeah, I've got a lot left to do on the documentary still, editing-wise. I've almost got it to the halfway point, which is really good because it wasn't until just like a few days ago that I barely got past the 30% point. So I'm editing it at a much more accelerated pace, and I'm trying to get to a 90-minute one, and I'm having some other difficulties, and because I got a lot of I don't know if everyone out there knows this, but there were a lot of people who participated in providing what's the word? I lost the word in the middle of the sentence. Isn't that something? Well, there were a lot of people who provided videos for the documentary, and the total length of videos was about 8 hours that I'm trying to get down to 90 minutes in a documentary format. But also it was totaled that from about 20 some odd participants. So I'm trying to, in 90 minutes, get about 20 different people to be shown and express their story in a cohesive fashion, say something interesting, and try and get it flowing. I'm having to cut out, of course, tons, but I'm wanting to get all 20 in within, the first 2 acts. And I'm looking at it and thinking that might not be possible. And I'm talking to James, he's like, oh, maybe stretch it out to 2 hours. I'm like, I don't want to stretch it out to 2 hours. I didn't tell him that yet, but he probably knows now. Yeah, Tara, he knows, because he watches my videos. Yes, he does. Do you watch my videos? I don't make the lizards. I know you watch the lizards outside. And the birdies. You're on my videos. See that? You're not interested. Okay. Go forth and be fuzzy. Or just sit there. So, yeah. So much to do. And I still have other projects that other planned reviews that I've wanted to get done. I've been working with certain things, and I've been, so much. And it's so annoying to not be able to do so much. And it's frustrating, it's stressful, and when time not spent editing is time spent cleaning up after animals. Or, Tara, you fell off on your own. What you nominating me for? Or, struggling to try and keep the peace around the house. It was a little different when I was living on my own. But, nevertheless, just hoping everything goes smoothly and I can get back to making reviews again before too long, because I miss making reviews. Tara, stop pawing at my crotch.